Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make your own bee hotel to have out in the garden. So this will be really helpful for your solitary bees and those that like to use kind of tunnels, your mining bees, your mason bees, things like that, that like to use holes in walls and other kind of spaces. You never know what you might find using it. Other insects like to use them too. So the things I said you'd need for it are a variety of either bamboo, or you can use anything with hollow stems. So what I've got here is some dead Japanese knotweed that I found just in the woods near me. So if you find some and it's dead, then you can use some of that because they do have hollow stems. It's really useful. It's nice and brittle, it snaps nice and easily. So I've got a bunch of that to use. If you got kind of sticks, short stems of bamboo, that could work too, and any other kind of stems that you've got lying around, but it does really need to be hollow because that's what they will make their nests inside. So as long as you can see that there's a nice hollow tube there, then that should be fine. You want something to put all of these things into. Now I'm going to use a plastic cup for mine. If you've got a card cup, even better, or maybe something wooden. It can be square, as long as it's some kind of container that you can stuff the sticks into. So you can be as creative as you like with this. And then of course you're going to need some string. And if you want to, you can use some card to make a little kind of sign that says it's a little bee hotel. So mine just says in here, welcome to the bee hotel, with some pictures on it, so people know what it is as well, which is quite nice. So you can use those too if you like. And you're probably going to want some scissors so that you can cut your string. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie some string around my cup so that it can hang up. So that's going to be my first task. So the way I've done this is I've tied some string around the bottom of the cup, some string around near the top of the cup, and then I've threaded one piece of string to go through them so it's a little bit more stable, so that my cup can just hang up like this. The next stage is going to be to actually putting the twigs inside to make this nice and secure. So there's no real right or wrong way of doing this. You want them to be just sort of fitting there, so I'm going to make some of them a little bit smaller. And you want it to be nice and stable, so you want to kind of jam them in as much as you can. You want to be having as many sticks in there as possible. So you don't want them to be rolling around loose in there. So I'm going to use a combination of thicker ones and thinner ones, so that different size bees can access different parts. Snap that bit off there. I'm just going to stuff them in general. Like I said, it doesn't really matter what sort of materials that you use, as long as they're hollow, so they can be hollow stems. You can also work with some straws if you've got them in the house. You can use straws. You could also use rolled up bits of cardboard. They would work just fine too. So I'm going to keep stuffing in until it's nice and secure. Bamboo is a really nice one that people tend to use, and that tends to be the material used in ones that you buy from shops. But the bees aren't that picky about the material, as long as it's got a variety of different shapes and sizes in there, and different thicknesses is nice to have too. So I've got some that are like really thick and then some that are a little bit thinner. So I'm going to keep adding until my pot's looking nice and full. It's up to you if you want them kind of half hanging out the pot, or if you want them quite strictly to line up with it. It's up to you how you want it to look. It's quite nice to have different lengths in there as well. And keep going, add a few more. And you will really start to see the benefit of having this in the garden, because you will see the different creatures going in and using them, and maybe at first just starting to check out what it looks like and if they think it'll be suitable for them, for their nest, and then hopefully over time then you'll start to see them actually using it and laying their eggs in there, and maybe you'll even start to see some of those larvae emerging then after the winter, because they tend to spend the winter tucked up in these nice cozy nests, and then once conditions are better and the spring arrives, then they'll come out. So it's getting nice and packed in there now. I'm going to start to fill in some of the gaps that I can see to make sure that it's kind of as sturdy as possible. So I'm using some of the thinner twigs now to just kind of plug in those gaps. And it is those mason bees that hopefully we'll be seeing using these the most. Those are the ones that really appreciate these kind of makeshift habitats that we can provide for them. There we go. It's starting to fill out a little bit now, so I'm just going to spend some time now filling in those gaps until it's nice and perfect. So as you can see, they're all pretty well stuffed in there now. Loads of different sized holes for the bees to come and make themselves a little home with. So that's ready to hang up. The last thing that I want to add is my little sign, making sure that they know that they're welcome. So I'm going to thread a bit of string through that and attach it to my bee hotel. And there we have it, lovely bee hotel. Nice little sign on the side, bright colours to attract them. All that's left to do now is to find a suitable spot to hang it up. So I've gone for this area right at the bottom of the garden here to hang up my bee hotel. I know it's an area that the bees like to frequent quite a bit already, so hopefully as they're buzzing around the bushes here, they'll be attracted over to their little bee hotel just over this way here. And over here I've actually got a bee hotel that we've bought previously, and you can see some of these holes have already been blocked up by some mason bees that have laid their eggs in there for their larvae over the winter. So hopefully we'll have some of those bees will be attracted over to this bug hotel, our new residence. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing your own bug hotels.